everyone. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'd love it if you would subscribe. If you have been here before, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things in the world, which is baby clothes. I don't know anyone who doesn't love baby clothes, and I love buying them. Having my own baby has made this a very difficult addiction to have, because every time I go into a store, all I want to do is buy all of the things. Now that he's getting bigger, I'm starting to want to buy more toys than clothes, but shopping in a foreign country can be a little tricky sometimes, especially if you're not very familiar with the language. It's one thing if you go to a store, if you don't know the vocabulary, it's not a big deal because you can look around and, you know, it's pretty easy. I'm looking for onesies. Oh look, there's some onesies. Prices are pretty self-explanatory, so it's not really an issue in store, but especially if you're going to shop online, it's good to know some of the terminology. As well, if you find something in a store that you really like and it doesn't have the price right on the item, you'll often have to look for a sign. And with that, you know, you need to know what the words are. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today is just some useful vocabulary to know when you go shopping for baby clothes in Germany. Now, the great thing is a lot of German words, especially with things like clothing and fashion, come from English. So if you're a native English speaker, there are some words that are relatively straightforward, like jeans or leggings. You know, some of these things are pretty obvious, but I'm gonna go over basically just some general words, and then from head to toe, the most basic things that you'll need to know. So the first word you will probably want to know, either looking for a section in the store or looking for the section on a website, is the word Kleidung. This just means clothing. It's just things you wear, Kleidung. The next word you might see occasionally, it's similar to Kleidung in meaning, but it's a little different, and it's die Wäsche. I apologize right now for anyone who speaks German. My accent is not phenomenal. It's not horrible. I have been mistaken for Dutch before, which was pretty exciting for me. But, you know, this is really just an FYI, so do not expect me to say this stuff perfectly. Anyway, die Wäsche is laundry. This is just things you need to wash. It's laundry. But sometimes you'll see that on a website or in a store. All right, so going from head to toe, the first thing you have is die Mütze. And this is just a cap, like a little baby hat. Next, moving down a little bit, you have der Body. Body, like a dead body. No, not like a dead body. Body, like bodysuit. Onesie. In Britain, they call this a vest. It's just the very basic, you know, snaps on the crotch, big wide neck, bodysuit or onesie. Next, you have der Pullover. Pretty self-explanatory. In Britain, pullover, which in America will often say sweater or sweatshirt. In Britain, it's pullover, so, you know. Next, you have das Kleid, and this is a dress. Next, we have das Hemd. Das Hemd is a shirt. This is not going to be the same thing as a onesie, just a regular shirt, like a button-up, or sometimes you'll see a t-shirt, often just called a t-shirt. I don't know what the article is, das t-shirt, I'm guessing. But Hemd is shirt. Next, moving a little lower, you have der Rock, like rock and roll. Der Rock, and that is a skirt. Another one, you probably know this one even if you don't realize you do, and that's die Hose. The plural is Hosen, die Hosen, and if you think about it, Lederhosen, that literally just means leather pants. Side note, baby Lederhosen, oh my god, so cute. All right, the next word, it took me forever to find, and now that I know it, it will never leave my brain. And that is der Strampler. I apologize again for my pronunciation. The STR sound is really difficult for me in German. Der Strampler is a romper, okay? So generally the short-sleeved and short-legged little cutie pie, whatchamacallums? Rompers. Similar to rompers, you have die Latzhose. Okay, now think back a second. I just said Hose means pants, so what do you think Latzhose could mean? Latzhose are overalls. I'm sure Latz has a meaning. I don't actually know what it is. If you know, leave it in the comment below and help inform others. But die Latzhose are overalls. All right, moving down again, you have die Socken. I'll give you 3 guesses what this means. Yes, die Socken are socks, okay? I have also seen Strümpfe. I'm not 100% sure if there's a difference between Socken and Strümpfe, but I have seen both. And related to that is die Strumpfhose. Okay, Strumpfhose, if Strümpfe are socks, Strumpfhose, sock pants, these are stockings, regular tights or stockings. Fun fact, in Germany, both boys and girls tend to wear the thick tights in the winter. Makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because kids love to pull their socks off, and it's a nice layer. So you will often see these marketed for boys and girls. I have seen some Strumpfhosen with little like non-skid knees. So those little non-skid things that you have on the bottom of slippers, they'll sometimes put them on the knees and the tops of the feet of Strumpfhosen so that kids can crawl around more safely. If your child is crawling, or if you have a child that has been a crawler, you have probably done the same thing I have, which is giggled incessantly to yourself, watching them try to just go as fast as they can while in like long pants or something, and their knees just all move around. It is, oh my god, it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Moving on, we've done socks, we've done tights. What else do you need to complete the ensemble? You need shoes, or die Schuhe. Okay, pretty straightforward. That's another easy one to guess. Often you'll see them labeled as Krabbelschuhe, which means baby shoes or crawling shoes. So if you're looking for shoes with the soft sole, which is the best thing for, you know, babies learning how to walk and for young kids whose feet are still developing, you want Krabbelschuhe. So for seasonal clothing, you might search for der Badeanzug. Bade means bath, or Bad means bath. Anzug is suit, so Badeanzug is a bathing suit. And then another seasonal item that's important to know is die Jacke. This means jacket. Pretty straightforward. If you're an English speaker, that's an easy one to guess. So a couple of other kind of accessories that you might search for while you're also buying baby clothes. Der Schnuller, and that is a pacifier or a dummy to any British viewers. Yes, American viewers. In Britain, they call a pacifier a dummy. We call it a binky in my house. I don't know, what other words do you have for pacifier? Leave it in the comments. Another thing that I had difficulty figuring out what it meant for a while, or how to say it, is swaddle blanket. I was looking for swaddles and I had no idea what to search for. A swaddle blanket is die Wickeldecke. So it's literally a wrapping blanket or a wrapping covering, Wickeldecke. And finally, the last vocab word I wanted to share is not a piece of clothing, but it's a type of fabric. Usually with babies, you're going to dress them in cotton. And so you'll see this on most tags is Baumwolle, and this means cotton. Baum is tree, Wolle is wool. So cotton in German is literally tree wool, which I think is just really funny and cute. So those are some words that I think will be really helpful while you are searching for baby clothes in Germany for the first time. Another important thing to know in Germany is the sizing for clothes. In the United States and in certain other countries, You'll usually get the sizing based upon a child's age. So you'll have you usually have preemie, newborn, 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 9 months, 9 to 12 months, and then usually 12 to 18. Sometimes they're printed as a range of ages. Sometimes it's just 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, etc. In Germany, they don't have this sizing system. Some stores do have the age-based sizing system. Usually they're the international brands, but generally with German stores, and I think in most of Europe, the sizing is actually going to be based on size. What a novel concept, right? The tags will usually have a number on them, usually anywhere from 50 to 140 on up. And this corresponds to centimeters. So if you know approximately how big your child is, it makes shopping for baby clothes a lot easier. For example, my son has always been on the bigger end of the scale, especially in length. He's a very long child. For example, he just had his Uzex, his 11 to 12 month checkup the other day, and he's 76 centimeters. So he is generally, at this point, he is going to be getting a little big for the 74s, and the 80s will be a little big on him. So he's falling in between a 74 and an 80. So that's really good to know. Like anything else, like any other sizing system, proportions are not super easy to take into account. So you might have a child that has a longer torso or longer legs, and so that's going to affect the sizing a little bit. In addition, you could have two companies give you something in the same, number size that will be vastly different sizes. So, it's not a perfect system, but it does make things a little easier. So yeah, that's it. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, that would be awesome. If you have any questions about the area, if you're new here, and want to know about anything at all, just let me know in the comments and I'll address it in a future video. Anyways, that's it for me today, so bye. If you have been here shopping in a foreign country, another important thing to realize when you go baby clothes, next, moving a little lower, you have, moving a little lower, I have seen the little grippies like you have on the bottom of I can't words today, on the bottom of slippers.